Before we begin the video, if you haven't yet, come on down and join my Discord server. Link is down in the description. The story of the Mandalorian resumes in Chapter 14, The Tragedy. Mando battles the Empire not against, but with the aid of an iconic villain. I'm Daily Warlord, and this is my review of Chapter 14. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Obviously, the big thing everyone's talking about in this episode is the return of Boba Fett. This was teased in Chapter 9, and it's finally happening. I have to say, I was expecting him to be hired by Gideon as a bad guy, so to actually see him fighting with Mando as a neutral good character is really refreshing. I also like that the series continues to make use of previously introduced characters, such as Fennec, as well as the prisoner from Chapter 6, who is set to return in Chapter 15. Seriously though, Boba Fett is so awesome in this episode. His fighting style is brutal and ruthless, and it fits very well for a merciless bounty hunter like him. There's something really cool about seeing him stabbing and beating up stormtroopers with just a metal staff. Also, nostalgia points for seeing him back in his armor as well as Slave 1. And also, the fighting is fantastic. The majority of this episode is action, and thankfully very well done action. Moff Gideon's Dark Troopers are also pretty interesting, and I hope they return. Then there's the reason this episode is called The Tragedy. The Razor Crest is finally put out of its misery, and I thought the emotion was well done. We can't see Mando's face, but it isn't hard to tell that he's definitely sad. In this sense, the body language and physical motions speak the loudest. The bigger tragedy, though, was Grogu getting captured, which has a lot of meaning because Mando's relationship with him has developed a ton in this season. It's shown through scenes such as this episode's opening, which was simply adorable. Moff Gideon, his Imperial cruiser, and the Darksaber also, all of those returned. And Gideon's cool, but I don't know, at the end of this episode he felt somewhat awkward, or dare I say cringe. I think it was just that some lines weren't the best, but despite that, the rest of the ending was great. We saw Grogu using even more of his power, and I love how amazed Gideon is at this. I really hope we get to see Grogu develop more powers in the future. I do feel Mando was pretty useless in this episode at times, such as when he ran into Grogu's force field not once, twice, but 3 times. I also hope Mayfeld will be better in Chapter 15 than he was in Chapter 6, and those are about my only issues. Once again, the set is really nice, and I also like that this episode talks about Jango Fett and a bit about his backstory. Obviously, the best part is Boba's Simple Man prequel meme drop. Purely fan service, but definitely appreciated by r/prequel memes. It may be the shortest episode yet, but this is one of the better episodes of this season. And so for my final rating, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I always used to think Boba Fett was an overrated character who wasn't worthy of all the praise, but if the next episodes keep up this momentum, I'm ready to change that opinion. Thank you for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and share with anyone and everyone you know. Share your thoughts on this episode below, and I'll see you next time.